The vision around Xbox has really transformed over the years of people playing on multiple devices, people playing anywhere.
We know what players want. They want to game on their own terms.
This was a #1 request from our fans. We're working in close partnership with ASUS on a brand new handheld
called the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X.
The best game library on the go, basically changes everything.
It feels like we're finally hitting an inflection point now where I'm able to take the game that I'm playing on my beefy home PC gaming rig and take it with me on a portable device.
The big question a lot of players have is how are PC games going to play on a handheld form factor? The games are largely going to play like they do on PC.
The Xbox Ally targets 720p, while the Xbox Ally X targets 1080p. Most titles will perform between 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, but certain games have the potential to hit up to 120 frames per second. As frame rates rise and fall, variable refresh rate, or VRR, will deliver a consistent and fluid visual experience. Players can further fine-tune a variety of device settings in the command center, from optimizing battery life to remapping buttons.
The Asus Armory Crate has 3 distinctive settings that are really great. There's the silent mode, for these dark gaming sessions you will have. There is a performance mode, so your battery life is optimized. And then, of course, for the top performance factor, you would use turbo mode.
When we talk about optimizing for handheld, it's less about stripping games down and more about ensuring playing the game on a handheld is as easy and effortless as possible. Games that run at 30 frames per second or above will get a should perform well on this device tag. Games that hit 60 frames per second or above will carry a should perform great on this device tag. Games that haven't been tested yet will have a performance check not available yet label. As more games are tested, updated, and optimized for handheld, these labels will evolve over time.
This is about giving players a device with no obstacles to fun. So one example is making sure that it's going to work seamlessly with a controller. Are all menus and prompts working as intended? And are those UI elements properly sized for the smaller screen? Another example of an essential compatibility feature is having a gamepad keyboard. If a game passes all these checks, they're considered handheld optimized and will be labeled as such. On the Xbox home screen, you'll find a new handheld optimized channel that will curate these titles for players.
We test on the Ally all the time as we're building Roblox. For a player, that means more immersion, better graphics, smoother animation. You get to play games the way they were built.
If you're playing Doom the Dark Ages on the PC or the console, you expect an ultra-responsive, fast action FPS experience.
On your Xbox Ally, Doom the Dark Ages will be every bit as fast and responsive as you'd expect.
One of the awesome things about PC is that there are so many places to get your games.
We think about having this unified game library and how it can bring your entire game collection together.
Any recently downloaded and played games from other PC game stores, from Battle.net, the Epic Game Store, Ubisoft, Steam, GOG, or EA, the Xbox app automatically finds them and will show them in your game library. And right on the Xbox home screen, under Most Recently Played.
My most recently used game should be something that sticks with me everywhere I go, creating a unified user experience.
You're going to see games you've played on Xbox. If it's a PC native game, you're going to be able to play it right there. If it's a console-only game, you're going to be able to stream it from the cloud. If you're down in your basement and you want to stream direct from your console that you've got upstairs, you're going to be able to do it.
I'm able to continue to experience the worlds and characters that I love anywhere that I want to play. This is going to be awesome. Now we literally have a device that could go with you everywhere.
Hey there everyone, I'm Henry, and today I'm joined by Dom and Brianna from Xbox and Gabe from our friends at Asus, who are going to tell us a whole lot more about the ROG Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, which are the very first handhelds giving Xbox fans the freedom to play anywhere. Thank you so much for being here, and welcome to Cologne, guys. How you doing?
Thank you for having us. It's been busy getting everything ready, but we're super excited to be here.
Well, I gotta say, it's incredibly distracting having the Ally X in front of me. I want to just grab it and have a go, but why don't you tell us, why is Xbox making a handheld right now?
Handheld gaming felt like a really natural next step for Xbox. Being able to break out of the living room and play anywhere is so central to our vision of putting players at the center, wherever and however you want to play. And we saw this wave of innovation happening in the handheld space from brands like Asus, and we knew that we could fuel that with so much more energy from Xbox. So when we started talking to Asus, it became apparent like how much more we could do together We share the same obsession with our players and our devices and gaming in general. And we just realized that by building a device together, we could do something much more special and much more quickly than either of us could do alone. And so that's what brought us to the Xbox Ally. The Xbox Ally really brings together that power of Xbox with the full freedom of Windows. That means that you can play your PC games natively from across storefronts. You can play your Xbox Play Anywhere games natively, and you can stream your console games as well. And really, this is just the beginning. Like, we have such a huge roadmap of improvements that we're going to continue building, continue delivering for our players. We're always listening to feedback, but I'm really excited for this first step.
As a device, it's got a really quite unique look about it. Gabe, can you tell us a bit about the hardware design of the Ally?
Absolutely. The design of the ROG Xbox Ally features natural ergonomics, comfort, and user familiarity. These solid contoured grips familiar with that Xbox controller we all know and love. And so design starts with your hand, right? We think about our opposable thumbs and the really nimble fingertips that we have. These are the tools that we use to write, to pick things up, and definitely to play. And so when you think about the devices as they are in their current generation, it really rests into your palm, and you're using your palm to pick up these devices. And I say it's kind of like a tray-like feel. With the ROG Xbox Ally series devices, it rests into your fingers and then into your palms, and then allows you to curve over, giving you the freedom to use that to play. On our wonderful new ABXY keys with the tactile feel and color coloring of the new Xbox controllers. It's not as simple, though, as just taking a controller and splitting it in half and putting a panel inside. Really, that would cause you to flare out. So there's a subtle detail of how you kind of want to have you fall in and be natural. And those contoured feels and this natural feeling really helps with the overall weight distribution. And that means comfort when you play long on these devices. And so with the Xbox Ally series, you're going to be able to play longer and play comfortably. And then, with the ROG Xbox Ally X, you then have the access to the impulse triggers. So then you're able to feel everything and be part of the game and immersive inside and in terms of all of the things that you would be familiar with on your Xbox controller today. And so you'll get all those game-centric cues coming through on your device.
It's so like fully fledged and very well optimized for gaming, which is why I need to ask, how has the Windows experience been optimized for gaming, which is primarily what we want to do with an Ally?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has been a huge collaboration between Asus, Xbox, and Windows. And so we really thought about like what makes playing on Xbox so unique, and how can we bring those elements together with what makes Windows 11 so great for PC gaming. And that really led to, from my perspective, 3 big features. The first one is the Xbox full screen experience. The Xbox full screen experience is extremely tailored for the handheld device, for controller navigation, and right from the moment you turn on the Xbox Ally or the Xbox Ally X, you launch directly into this Xbox full screen experience. But what's even more interesting about what's happening here is not just the experience itself, but what's not happening. So we've collaborated really deeply with Windows to defer a bunch of processes that aren't required for gaming. So that means your desktop, the taskbar, all of these things aren't loaded when you boot into the full screen experience, giving all that memory back to your games. The second feature is the aggregated library. So because this is Windows, we know that our players have catalogs of games that span across different storefronts. We want to bring your full library together in one place in the aggregated library so you can see all of your installed games from different storefronts. This makes it super easy to launch your games, kind of stay in that Xbox full screen experience for more of your experience, and just really experience the full value of the device. The third feature that we've really invested deeply in is the Play Anywhere feature. So Xbox Play Anywhere has been a program for a long time, but we've really been investing in it so deeply, and there's now over 1,000 games that support Xbox Play Anywhere. For your Xbox Play Anywhere games, you can bring your progress, your saves, your achievements from your Xbox console or your Windows PC to your Xbox Ally, just again, making that really so seamless. And again, we have a huge roadmap of improvements we're working on together and with the Windows team. So it's really exciting, and I think there's going to be so much more to share, and we're always listening to feedback. But these 3 features, to me, are what make the Xbox Ally so special.
So ergonomics, they're locked in. We've also got just a lightweight Windows, primed and ready for gaming. Yeah. Gabe, tell us a bit about the horsepower behind it and the partnership you've got with AMD to really make games shine.
Absolutely. We're really pushing the boundaries of silicon with this device. Efficiency is the Xbox Ally superpower. These class of processors are tuned specifically for handhelds. I'm super excited to talk about what's in the Xbox Ally X. It hosts the Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. we've taken the best performing processor on the market and added NPU. That means you're ready for new frontiers in local AI gaming while having the best efficiency possible on these new amazing generational changes with the Z2 Extreme. For the normal Xbox Ally, we have the Z2A, the first time a handheld processor of this type has been productized for Windows. So that means amazing performance from 15 to 20 watts. Again, efficiency is the superpower. And so for that part, I would say we also can include AMD's Fluid Motion frames. AMD's Fluid Motion frames bring smoothness and additional frames to allow you to enjoy that wonderful gameplay that's available for thousands of games and only on Windows. Lastly, I would say we're going to bring the power of AI to our devices. So for both the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, you'll be able to have Copilot for Gaming, a game guide you can call from the Xbox menu that assists you while you play.
It's all super exciting. Brianna, I don't think we should keep anyone waiting any longer. Why don't we take a look at how the Xbox Ally X works? And I think we should get a camera in here as well so that people at home can definitely take a look. But show me how you turn on one of these things.
Yeah, so one thing that's great is there's a fingerprint reader on the power button. But as Dom mentioned, we made a lot of improvements in Windows to help add gamepad navigation across the device. So I can press A to dismiss the lock screen, and I can navigate all elements that I would expect to with a gamepad. One of the features I really love is that we've added gamepad indicators to the pin pad. So if you're familiar with them on console, you'll be able to enter your pin or have your own kind of combination that you would have to put in your password quickly. You can also use directional navigation, and we really want to give the flexibility to the players of how they want to get into their gaming session.
Cool.
So
I'm not going to peek at your pin, don't worry.
No one's going to look like what the pin is.
Device. I'll get my own later, don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm going to quickly put in a pin for this device, and you'll boot right into the Xbox app.
Cool. And what's the first thing we're kind of seeing here?
Yeah, this is that Xbox full screen experience that we've talked about. So it boots directly into this experience. It's really tailored for gamepad navigation, for the handheld screen, and again, it doesn't even load those processes that aren't required for gaming. In some of our initial estimates, this shows an estimated 2 gigabytes of savings in memory, which can all go back to your games, which means faster startup times and less idle power draw.
Absolutely. I mean, that was super snappy just to get into that. I mean, super cool. And I've got to say, big compliments on the library that I can already see. When you run us through a bit of this experience as well.
One of the buttons that we've added on this device is a library button, so you can push that and it'll take you right to your library. Dom mentioned about the aggregated library. You'll see these new indicators across the thing. So, hey, these are my games from the Game Pass entitlement. These are the ones installed from other storefronts. And we really want to make sure that when people play a game in the library, they know what save they're doing it. You might be like me and you own the same game across multiple storefronts. Your save files are so important.
Yeah, I'm very guilty of that.
Yeah, and so you want to make sure that when you launch your game, you know where it's coming from, and you're able to kind of get that jump back in where you expect.
Amazing. Can you launch up a game for us? I'm going to let you choose.
Yeah, so let's launch up Gears of War.
Good.
You can see that the bootloader that we have launches full screen. That really takes you to kind of that immersive experience, so you're not seeing those desktop elements that Dom mentioned previously.
Very cool. Because there's something I use at home on my desktop, which is Game Bar. I use it to access my screenshots. I use it to access all of my friends lists, party chat.
Yeah.
We have a little look at that. How does that operate on the Ally?
Yeah, so one of the main differences between the original Ally and the Xbox Ally is now there's an Xbox button on the device. And so by pressing it, you quickly bring up Game Bar. And this is the optimized view that we shipped last year called Compact Mode. That takes that same widget model that we have before that's completely extensible, but it puts it in a more streamlined, optimized form for these handheld devices. So it lets you quickly get access to device settings and most importantly, Command Center.
Nice.
So instead of having multiple overlays that you're juggling, it's all in one overlay and it's all in Game Bar, and so you can get access to some of those awesome AMD features as well as the Asus features that you've been known for before, to be able to navigate those and adjust those kind of performance settings on the fly.
As a person who is already a multi-device user, it does instantly feel quite familiar as well. Like across my console or my PC, I'm kind of getting this very fluid and connected system. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So we could jump back into Gears of War, but we know this is a fully fledged Windows device.
Yes.
What else can you do with it? Are there other apps that you can use?
Yeah, so one of my favorite features is we've added a new custom task switching view. So by long pressing on the Xbox button, you'll get this new experience where you can quickly bumper between existing applications, as well as go to the Windows desktop if you need to kind of tweak something that you can't do easily. And it really kind of makes it feel fast and fluid. And so if you're using Discord or getting a little hint and edge, you can quickly bumper between them and then go back to your game really smoothly.
So snappy. I absolutely love it. Dom, is there anything else you'd like to add as well to what we're seeing here?
Yeah, I mean, this is really our Xbox experience reimagined for handheld gaming. Builds in collaboration with Asus, Windows, Xbox, and allows you to have that full immersion and effortless play. But really, games are at the heart of what makes a great Xbox experience, and that's why we're developing a new program called the Handheld Compatibility Program. And this will help you really easily understand what games play well on your device across things like text size, controller navigation. And so we're really excited to announce this program and work very closely with our developer partners on it as well to help you have the best possible gaming experience on your Xbox Ally.
That's so awesome. So all of that, and I hear that you've also brought a little video for us to check out. Should we just load that up now?
Let's do it.
This is going to be awesome. Let's do this.
So, now that you've seen what the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X can do, I bet you want to know when you can get your own one, huh? Well, Brianna, if I ask really nicely, is there anything you could tell us on that front?
Yeah, I'm excited to share that the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X will be available worldwide October 16th.
Oh, that's so soon. All right, well, you heard it here first. The Xbox Ally comes out on October 16th. Thank you for that, Brianna, and to all of our guests here as well for stopping by today. But coming up next, stick around for the latest on Rogue, Prince of Persia, and so much more as Xbox at Gamescom 2025 continues.